Jim, what are you up to today?
Good morning. Today we are going to do some fiberglass repair. Since we bought the boat, we've had basically like a hairline crack. It runs about 10 feet along our starboard side, right here on the 90 degree. And so you can see a lot of fiberglass at stress points will have a crack. And so to prevent water from going in, it shouldn't be anything structural. It should just be in the gel coat. I'm going to use our little portable Dremel tool, like a dental bit, and I'm going to go in this crack and clean it all out. It may have to go down maybe 1/8 of an inch, but I'm going to take all this crack out, make sure there's no loose substrate below it. You can see some spots here have a little rust color, so I want to see what's in there. And we'll clean that all out and we'll fill it with epoxy, and then we'll continue with primer and then paint once we get further south.
Well, you're going to have a busy day.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you done it yet?
All right, so not really, but here's what we found. So you can see the continuous crack here. There's quite a bit buildup of gel coat or some type of filler. So I think this had been repaired in the past. And so what I find, it's like a tooth there. You've got the outside enamel and it's cracking. So I'm using the drill bit and I'm going through and opening up the crack, just like a dentist would with the cracked tooth, and exposing the fiberglass underneath. There's a couple little spots in the fiberglass that are white or translucent. So that means they're not saturated with resin. So I'm cleaning that all out. I'm not finding any other cracks. There was some fiberglass in this area that had wasn't again saturated. So I think that's what's causing cracks. So we'll get it all cleaned up. I've sanded out a little bit. And then we'll do the epoxy next, sand that down a couple more times, and then put a primer on it, sand that, smooth it all, so it'll look as flush as the original gel coat. And when we get to warmer weather and my spray equipment, we will spray paint the all grip on it.
Awesome. What a project.
Yep.
I think it's going to be all day, or no naps for you today.
A couple days. This works pretty good. Runs about 20 minutes on a battery charge. Wish I had a second battery, but it takes about an hour to charge it. So that way, though, I'll be able to sand this, and I may go ahead and epoxy this because I don't think I'll get the whole length done today, but at least this will be protected if it rains.
Awesome. Good job.
You're welcome.
What are you doing?
Okay, I got about 6 feet of the crack drilled out, cleaned it, sanded about 1 inch up, and then I use the thick WEST System Thickened Epoxy. It mixes in a tube, but I just put it on a plate and mix it. And so I've already placed a coat, the first coat of epoxy in the crack. And the goal was to get it in very well, push it in there to make sure there's no air bubbles and that all the glass below it was saturated with it. And then I wiped up any residual leftovers, because if you don't, then you just have to sand more, and sanding will cause more damage to the gel coat. So got it cleaned up. I'm going to let this dry overnight, and then I'll come back and I'll sand it again, and then put a second, may have to do a third touch-up spot to make sure there's no voids in the epoxy. And we'll be ready for primer. The boat has been painted. It's not gel coat. It's been painted over gel coat with all crap paint. And so we'll be able to blend that in once I get my spray equipment. And I'll tape basically around here up to the corner. I may go ahead and spray this whole rail. I'll sand it and prep it because it's got some other damages to it. So we'll get that all cleaned up and sprayed and look brand new.
Awesome. Great job.